The heat is on. Climate change is a pressing global issue. It affects our planet in many ways. One significant impact is on economic prosperity. As temperatures rise, we see a clear link between climate and wealth. Understanding this relationship is crucial for our future. Climate change does not affect all countries equally. Countries in warmer climates often face greater challenges. These challenges include extreme heat, droughts, and rising sea levels. These events can disrupt agriculture, damage infrastructure, and displace populations. The economic consequences can be devastating, particularly for developing nations. In contrast, countries in cooler climates may experience some initial benefits from rising temperatures, such as longer growing seasons. However, these benefits are often outweighed by the long-term costs of climate change, such as increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. Understanding the complex interplay between climate and wealth is essential for developing effective strategies to mitigate the negative impacts of climate change and build a more sustainable and prosperous future for all. Temperature's grip. The relationship between temperature and economic output is complex and multifaceted. However, numerous studies have shown a clear correlation between warmer temperatures and lower economic growth. This correlation is particularly pronounced in countries located in tropical and subtropical regions, which are already experiencing the most severe impacts of climate change. One study found that for every 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit increase in a country's average temperature, the GDP per capita drops by at least 1.1%. This finding suggests that even small increases in temperature can have significant economic consequences. The negative impacts of higher temperatures on labor productivity, agricultural yields, and public health all contribute to this decline in economic output. For instance, extreme heat can lead to heat stress, reducing worker productivity, and increasing the risk of heat-related illnesses. In agriculture, higher temperatures can damage crops, reduce yields, and increase the prevalence of pests and diseases. These factors can lead to food shortages, price spikes, and economic instability, particularly in countries heavily reliant on agriculture. The productivity puzzle. For decades, a theory suggested colder climates fostered greater productivity. It argued people in colder regions worked harder to survive harsh winters. Warmer climates were believed to induce laziness. However, productivity is shaped by social, economic, and institutional factors. Climate is not the sole determinant of work ethic or success. Ancient civilizations thrived in warm climates, proving climate alone doesn't dictate productivity. Section 4. The importance of strong institutions. While climate undeniably influences economic conditions, a growing body of evidence suggests that the strength of a nation's institutions plays a far more significant role in determining long-term prosperity. Inclusive institutions, characterized by transparency, accountability, and the rule of law, create an environment conducive to economic growth and development. They provide a level playing field for businesses, protect property rights, and encourage investment, fostering innovation and competition. Strong institutions also ensure the equitable distribution of resources and opportunities, empowering citizens to participate in the economy and contribute to national productivity. Countries with robust institutions are better equipped to weather economic shocks, adapt to changing circumstances, and promote sustainable development. In contrast, countries with weak or extractive institutions often struggle to achieve sustained economic growth. Corruption, lack of accountability, and political instability create uncertainty, deter investment, and hinder economic progress. These conditions can exacerbate the negative impacts of climate change, trapping countries in a cycle of poverty and underdevelopment. Section 5. Beyond temperature, resources, history, and the legacy of colonialism. To understand the link between climate and wealth, we must consider historical and geopolitical factors. Natural resources have shaped economic outcomes. Resource-rich countries can grow economically. But resources alone don't ensure prosperity. Often resource wealth leads to corruption and conflict. Colonialism's legacy still impacts the global economy. Colonizers extracted wealth, leaving weak institutions. This history hinders former colonies' ability to compete globally. Section 6. A deeper look at wealth inequality and its consequences. Traditional measures of wealth, such as GDP, often fail to capture the full picture of economic well-being. While GDP measures the total value of goods and services produced in a country, it does not account for how that wealth is distributed among the population. High levels of income inequality, even in wealthy nations, can mask underlying poverty and deprivation. When a small elite controls a disproportionate share of a country's wealth, the benefits of economic growth are not shared equitably. This concentration of wealth can lead to social unrest, political instability, and a decline in overall societal well-being. Moreover, high levels of inequality can hinder economic growth by limiting opportunities for the poor and middle class, stifling innovation, and reducing aggregate demand. Addressing income inequality is crucial for building more resilient and prosperous societies. This requires a multifaceted approach that includes investing in education and healthcare, promoting fair labor practices, and implementing progressive taxation policies. Section 7. Redefining wealth, a broader perspective. As we grapple with the challenges of climate change and strive for a more sustainable future, it's essential to broaden our understanding of wealth beyond purely economic indicators. True wealth encompasses not only material prosperity, but also social well-being, environmental health, and the preservation of cultural heritage. It requires a shift in perspective, from a narrow focus on individual accumulation to a more holistic view that prioritizes the collective good. Investing in education, healthcare, renewable energy, and sustainable infrastructure are all essential components of building a more equitable and resilient future. By embracing a broader definition of wealth, we can create a world where economic prosperity goes hand in hand with social justice, environmental sustainability, and a deep respect for the planet we all share.